Is this something we should be worried about in crypto? A crypto black swan coming? Brad Garlinghouse mentioned that there'll probably be a black swan. I shared with you guys over the past couple of years that we need a black swan. First, they resist it, then they sue it, then they regulate it, then they join it. We need another black swan to bring regulation in to prove that cryptocurrency is not safe, to bring it in the normal traditional financial system. So in today's video, I'm going to break down a little bit further Brad Garlinghouse video where he talks about a black swan coming, and he talks about how important Tether is to the crypto ecosystem. And then right after that, we saw some news about Tether. So we're going to dive into that today. My name is Coach JB. What I work to do is make very complex macro and microeconomic strategies very simple so the normal person can implement them. We've helped hundreds of people understand how to ensure their wealth. So what I do is I pull from the left side of the risk pyramid, high risk, high return. I pull my profits and I ensure my wealth and my family. So if you're interested in meeting with one of our team members and doing a needs assessment and finding out, it's absolutely free. Click the description down below, click the link, you can set up an appointment, or in my social media platform, click the link and you can set up a needs assessment and we'll find out if it works for you as well. So let's dive right into this, okay? So Brad Garlinghouse did this video, and we played this video already, but we're gonna play it once again. So this is on Alex Cobb's YouTube channel, so if you wanna watch the whole video. So we're gonna pull this up, we're gonna listen to what he said, and then right after that, something happened in China around Tether. So interesting, but I want you to hear the whole context because he was talking about, yeah, there could be a black swan. And I've been sharing with you guys that I believe there'll be another black swan. I believe by 2030, your banks will be custody your cryptocurrency. We had FTX, we had Celsius collapse. Now, the interesting thing is he talks about this in this interview, how resilient the crypto markets are. Crypto is not going anywhere. So what I want you to do is understand when there's a black swan coming in crypto, that doesn't mean crypto is going away, guys. Crypto is here to stay. So you're going to have to stay calm through these volatile times. You have to stay calm if there is a black swan, and know that crypto, blockchain, distributed ledger technology is the new financial system.
Optimistic about the market.
Do you think there's any black swans?
Yeah.
Have you thought through any use cases? Like,
Well, but you mean black swans on the positive or the negative?
Both, actually.
I guess is it a black swan if it's on
Maybe
the
it's a white swan.
A white swan. Yeah,
I don't know, whatever they'd call that, but like, yeah, I guess any unconventional, unorthodox, but like massive events that could really swing things one way or the other.
I mean, I think there will be events that are very difficult to predict. Maybe people can make fun of me, but I would have told you, let me think back to it. I guess it was 2 years ago, April 2 years ago, FTX held a conference in the Bahamas.
I was there. Yeah.
I was there as well. I remember leaving that conference thinking like, wow, FTX has emerged in a relatively short amount of time as like one of the power players in crypto. And I was impressed. I would have said at that time that FTX and Binance were the two most important, most influential, and probably SBF and CZ were the two most important players in crypto. Now you've got one definitively in jail, one, I guess, potentially headed to jail. And, I bring this up in context of black swans is like, it's hard to know. But on the positive, think about the freaking resilience of this industry and market that 2 years ago, somebody who I thought I knew a lot about what's going on in crypto, I would have said these are the two most important companies. The CEOs of the two most important companies now either are in jail or I think headed there.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, in some ways, I mean, the CZ stuff I'm less close to, and so I don't know as many details. But look, the resilience of the market,
it's huge.
That should give us immense optimism.
Yes.
About what's coming. Do I think there's gonna be another black swan? Of course, 100%. I just don't know exactly what it is.
I've been saying that for a while, guys, because it's that Hegelian dialect: problem, reaction, solution. Whoever creates a problem, creates a reaction, comes up with the solution.
The only one that's going to be an interesting one to watch, and I don't even know how he calls a black swan, because I feel like black swan by definition can't really be, it's like predicted. Oh, didn't see that happening.
Yeah.
The US government is going after Tether.
So pay attention to what he said. A lot of people were jumping on this. So he said, it's hard. You can predict what the US government's doing. So he's like, I don't know if that would be a black swan because you can't predict a black swan.
Like that is clear to me. I view Tether as a very important part of the ecosystem And I don't know how to predict
the impact that will have on the rest of the
Massive.
ecosystem.
Massive.
It's
Do you
hard-
think, is it possible to take out Bitcoin, for instance? Like, do you think there's any sort of technological thing?
I just don't know exactly what it is. The only one that's going to be an interesting one to watch, and I don't even know how he calls a black swan, because I feel like black swan by definition can't
I'm not sure what happened to start over. We're gonna watch it again.
really be like
Predicted.
Oh, didn't see that happening.
Yeah.
The U.S. government is going after Tether.
Mm.
That is clear to me. I view Tether as a very important part of the ecosystem, and I don't know how to predict
the impact that will have on the rest of the ecosystem.
Yeah.
Do you think, is it possible to take out Bitcoin, for instance? Like, do you think there's any sort of technological thing that could take out Bitcoin, high performance computing or quantum computing or any, there's a lot of rumors out there, but I'm curious from a technologist standpoint too, is like,
okay, so he goes into Bitcoin. You can watch this on Alex Cobb's website or YouTube channel. Okay. So then after that, this happened on what day was it? 3 days ago. So after he did that, it says Chinese police stop illegal 1.9 billion Tether banking ring. Criminals bypass government control with USDT. Is that the start of the black swan? Let me read that again. Chinese police stop illegal 1.9 billion Tether banking ring. Criminals bypass the government control with USDT. And it's so interesting, right? They're going after Tether. They went after Ripple. Ripple's about to beat them, right? And then Ripple's launching a stable coin. It's all, the timing is so interesting. It's just so interesting. And I heard this was FUD. I don't know. It's on Bloomberg, but I saw on Twitter it's FUD. But so, do some research on this. So I was trying to figure out, but I popped it up right after it said FUD, but it was on Bloomberg. So who knows? It says Kraken activity reviewing Tether status under new EU rules. Kraken is actively reviewing plans that may include removing support for the world's most traded cryptocurrency on its exchange in European Union under a new regime for digital assets that's set to take place on the block in July. So Tether Holdings USDT, a stablecoin that aims to maintain a 1-to-1 value ratio dollar, is expected to be impacted by the upcoming EU rules known by MiCA. So we had Chinese $1.9 billion criminal ring that surpassed the government. We have Kraken supposedly maybe doing something in the EU. Okay. And then this was good news right here. So crypto industry rallies behind House bill as it heads towards final vote. The so-called FIT21 legislation to establish U.S. regulatory regime for digital assets is set to hit the floor next week. And the sector is telling House leaders the effort is crucial. A wide swath of crypto industry signed a letter to the top lawyer in the U.S. House of Representatives explaining why they should get behind the financial innovation of technology for the 21st Century Act. As a House lawmaker are poised for the floor vote next week on the bill, the letter says passage would help the U.S. keep up with global competitors. Guys, the U.S. something is going on here, okay? I don't know what it is, but the U.S. for some reason is delaying this. The rest of the world is innovating. Like, think about Ripple outside of the United States, right? There's some sort of behind the scenes reason. You can comment down below and let me know what you think. I think it's the US dollar's collapsed 99% since 1913. I mean, think about that. US is bankrupt. And so we have this new form of currency that you can't just print. Okay. It has a fixed supply. That's why BlackRock, that's why MicroStrategies, that's why all these big companies are going to a flight to quality. 80% of the supply hasn't moved, 20% of the supply is left. It can't be printed, right? It can't be printed. It's a risk on, risk off asset. So that's why a lot of people are moving. Big money is moving into cryptocurrency. So we're heading into this next 7 months, which is going to be wild. We have a World War III narrative. We have a climate change narrative, a social geopolitical narrative, a financial narrative. And the good news in all of this is what I believe is if they lower interest rates in September, guys, it is going to make assets go through the roof. Houses are going to become completely unaffordable. In the future, our children are not going to be able to buy a home, guys. Owning a home is going to be a rich man or woman sport. It's a fact. Inflation, I believe, is going to go through the roof. Assets are going to go up, and we're going to see a new 1%. But you got to have a game plan, family. So, for example, for me, what I do is I exit the market 50%. Okay, I did that from 2020 to 2022. I should have exited more. I exited on my exit strategy. I had a spreadsheet. That's why we created Merlin, the smartest way to track your crypto. You can click down below and get 30 days for free. I'm the co-founder and creator. You can set up an exit plan. You can see all your cryptos in one shot. Right here shows you the snapshot of where the market's at. You can see Bitcoin's green. We have ETH that's in the red. BNB is in the red. So it just shows you a snapshot of the market. You can see your daily gains and losses. You can see all your exchanges in one place. We don't hold your keys or combo. It's just an interface. And then you can set up an exit plan. So what I do is I'm exiting 50% of my portfolio, high risk, high return. I'm holding 50% legacy long-term moon bags. As I pull it down the risk pyramid, I go into tier 1 capital, which is insurance. And then from there, after I max fund my policies, I go into business, more precious metals, and then we're heading into real estate. So I'm working to diversify to make sure that my family is secure for generations to come. So I hope this information helps. I appreciate you guys so much. I love you very, very much. Everything you need, description of this video down below, or click my social media platform. Just click the link. You can set up a free assessment with my team, and many other free resources as well. Warriors, rise, get your shit together. Let's go. Love you guys.